We're back, and today reviewing the Legacy Jhiaxus. Now, it does look yellow more in this lighting, but if you have it more natural lighting, this actually comes off more as a green. It's kind of weird, but yeah. So Jhiaxus was an interesting figure to get, mainly because of just how solid he is, and like how like this, like besides like right there, and like right here, there's really no hollowing on him, and in his hands. But yeah, his hands open like the leaders do. So does Tarn, which I'm actually having mine delivered this week, so pretty excited about that. But yeah, and let's get a close at that mug, which is so fucking Generation 2, and he also has a Generation 2 Decepticon logo, which is also nice. Very nice, very nice. Go over his articulation, leg go all the way up that way. Leg only actually goes that back, which kind of sucks, but you know, it is what it is. And the legs can only go out about that far. Tiltage gets you about there. And you get a greater than 90 knee, which is pretty good. Of course, waist swivel. And of course, you get your thigh swivel. And your bicep swivel. And your wrist swivel. And also opening hands. And his head can move. You could do the tilt. Can't look up, or it could look down. It can't really look up too well. All that good shit. And then the elbows, being single jointed, they actually are greater than 90, so that's pretty good. And yeah. Oh yeah, and then there's a thing you can do. You can take off this piece and then just kind of plop it in the back here and boop. That'll become a little more relevant in vehicle mode, but yeah. So we're gonna transform him. So you want to open these panels, do that, do that. People will always bitch about to this day, why don't more Transformers do that? I just view it as it's because parts reasons. Because he's stupid simple to transform. And I think that's the only reason why they had the budget to make him look as nice as he is. Because of how fucking simple he is. You kind of hinge that like so. And then hinge this forward. And then do the same on the other side. Boop, boop. And then bring that down like so. Boop, boop. Alright. And then shit. Fold this like so. Bring this up, because this is going to be the cockpit. Alright. Fold in the head. Oh yeah, you will be seeing outside, so if you don't want the face showing, you put it backwards. Like so. Alright, and then fold in the arms. Now we want to fold these legs like so. Then they'll just kind of tab into place. You gotta kind of go like that. Okay. And then I think I want to see these wings go back further, because they pretty much cover up those tiny wings, but I still like having those tiny wings out. Or you could just fold them down, doesn't really matter. Because they will form the wings in this vehicle mode, which doesn't actually really have a lock-in point. Okay, so anyways, you get these out. You now want to bring the arms in. And they hinge. So you hinge them. And then they'll hinge like so. There's a little tab there. Tab into the leg. Boop, boop. And then those will tab together. And yeah, you got Jhiaxus. It's because I think this is supposed to be some radar dish thing. So that's off goes, and that's Jhiaxus. We'll be right back. His arms do visible, but it's, if you look at the comics, this is actually really fucking accurate. Now we're getting back to robot mode because there's some things I want to talk about back in there. So we'll be right back. Okay, so some other details that are very comic accurate is like the wires in his fucking legs. I love how these are beautifully painted. And yeah, and then the guns are actually comic accurate as well. And this one's actually looks like it's a smaller version of this one, which is pretty cool. And all that cool shit. And yeah, I also did want to do a size comparison. Oh yeah, let's. So we'll just do one for the sakes. An Earthrise double dealer, and you could. This is one of the reasons why I kind of hate fucking modern leaders, is because you get figures like Jhiaxus, who is actually bigger than most Voyagers, and then you compare him with the leader, and yeah. But granted, if you kind of pick them both up, Jhiaxus is much lighter than he is. So it makes sense because the size classes are no longer a size class. They're a price point. And it's more of a weight thing in engineering. Mainly the engineering department. Because you could have figures like Studio Series Ironhide, which feel like the same as like a deluxe, but it's a lot more engineering going into it. So that's why the Voyager. A lot of people don't understand how long it takes time to do the engineering and have the mold costs, all that shit. It's not fucking cheap. Like to make the mold castings and stuff. But yeah. But yeah, and these figures are kind of an interesting look at how modern Transformers is. And I'd love to get more Jhiaxuses than more double dealers. But yeah, and Tarn seems to be just as good, if not better than Jhiaxus, and doesn't have the fucking greening or yellowing, depending on how your copy is. So yeah, I can't recommend him enough. He's a fantastic figure. Just be wary of the yellowing / greening of your Jhiaxus. And yeah, that's my review of the Legacy Jhiaxus, a surprise figure and one I've been wanting for years. I'm so glad we finally got this. If only we can get a Jhiaxus done properly. Here's hoping to that. Anyways, Miqua signing out here. You guys have a good one. Peace.